Hey guys, Anthony 4B4 Diesel. Again, more information, important tips in this video, like why you do the BFE kit, because look, this water pump's leaking. And you know, the vehicle's done 230k. You can see the time belt was done at 150k, but they only did the timing belt, presumably. So now what happens, because that water pump's leaking, it's the one-piece water pump. You want to see how you know if the water pump's leaking and whatever? Well, stay subscribed, have the bell on, watch our playlists, the BFE. See the coolant's low? As soon as you see the coolant low down there, not near the full line or where we keep it, you go, hang on, what's going on here? And then what you do is, you have a look on the inside of the timing cover. This has been washed down though, so you won't see that, but you see, you can see the pink on the inside of the coolant, the pulley, not the coolant, and see, you can see that corrosion in behind, right in the middle of the picture. It's hard to see in behind there to get it to all focus up down in there, but if we go, let's try it. So anyway, whatever anyway, right? The original water pump's never gonna last. So now what's gotta happen is, basically, you gotta go in there again. Now, one owner vehicle, 2008. This is a 2008. It's 2022 now. As far as oil changes and everything goes, not enough. So I don't know if some have been missed, because there's no excuse. When it's one owner, and I open up an engine and it's this filthy, mate, would you say this is clean or pretty filthy? Filthy, yeah. If on a scale of 1 to 10, right? So out of all these engines we get inside of, if it was if one was the cleanest, sorry, let's do it the other way. One was the dirtiest. What's the best way to do it? 1 to 10. Is 1 clean or was 10 clean? Which way are we going to do it? 10's dirty. 10's dirty? Okay, so number one's the cleanest one we see. You know the ones we see, they're like new, they're just shiny, like new, the best ones we see. And 10's the dirtiest we've ever seen. And anything in between, what would you rate this one?
It's pretty high.
I know. I'm going at least 8, 9 out of 10,
8
yeah?
or 9.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a, you know, that's a bit disappointing that it hasn't had the oil changes. Now, I'll say it again, I recommend and that could be why seals are leaking. Maybe that seal is leaking, but by the looks of it, you can tell it's not. That's in another video, right? I believe this hasn't been touched. The injectors have never been out. It could have blow-by. We could be looking around the injectors here to see if there's a volcano, right? 230k is Captain Risky. It's in heaps of videos. It's way too long, okay? So, and the crud, there's a lot of crud going on. So it can be caused by not enough oil changes, because sometimes when people have got too many cars and they're too busy and they just, you can't neglect your oil changes. The oil change is the lifeblood of the engine. It's very cheap. Oil's cheap. Not even doing I'm not even going to talk about oil filters. I don't care about the oil filter. I want that oil out. It's loaded with soot from all these short trips, long trips, whatever trips you like. 230k in 14 years, whatever that is, right? Average, whatever. But you can see all those soot. So there's a possibility. We won't know yet. It will probably be in another video. Subscribe and turn the bell on so you don't miss it. See all those bits see all that rough stuff there? That's all the carbon from the EGR system, but see the black oil. This is filthy, okay? Now, I recommend 5,000 Ks in any vehicle. Petrol engines are even more important if you like. The older diesels, it was because they were just filthy things and, you know, carbon blowing past the rings in the combustion. Now they run really clean, the common rails like this, but the problem is the exhaust gas recirculation putting the soot in the combustion, right? So you solve one problem and you cause another. See the heads of the bolt there? See how rough it is? That's just all the carbon that's loaded into the oil. It's soot-loaded oil. It's too long. We're not going to clean all this up. This needs lots of oil changes, and that will clean it up. You've seen other engines. We've shown you in other engines that have been 8 out of 10s like this, if you like. 8 out of 10, 10 being the dirtiest. And we might change that in another video, by the way, so it's very confusing. But we've seen them where they've done lots of oil changes. You can see everything starting to come clean. That's how this needs to be cleaned. There's no point us polishing up anything here, really, because this is only less than 10% of engine components. You can't see everything else, okay? Oil changes, oil changes, oil changes. You don't even have to do it every 5,000, but I'll tell you what, make sure it's done every 10,000 in less than 6 months and you won't see anything like this. This is, I guarantee you, this has had oil in there at times for over a year. I guarantee it, because it hasn't done a lot of kilometers. If the oil was done every 6 months, even every 6 months, twice a year, That would mean in 14 years, yeah, I can do mathematics, has had 28 oil changes, costing around about $1,400 in oil over 14 years. Cheap. $100 a year for oil to keep it clean. It's the lifeblood of the engine and looking after the engine. Now, is this going to cause problems? Not really. These are tough engines. You know, you can see some wear on the camshafts and that, you know, if you had better oil changes, you might not see. You know, the back of the lobes, they're a bit black. But I could be jumping the gun. This could have blow-by. This could have a volcano around one of these injectors. Can we see anything yet? Hard to see. We need to get the return rail off, whatever. But it's a 230K. Check the playlist of the Prado 120 at 230K. Quite often we see blow-by at 230K. This is highly risky at 230K. There's a high possibility one of these injectors at least is going to have a leaking seat and the volcano around the injectors and be stuck in there, which would result in a number of slabs of Heineken. Because, you know, the Heineken man, he's going to be doing the work, getting it out and cleaning it up. I'm just going to be supervising. So still going to be another bottle of gin and a box of Coronas for me to share with the boys, right? Whatever, right? You get the picture? Or you can just pay the extra, mate. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars extra. Anyway, it's just what it is. We're here to tell you the truth. A lot of people love the truth. If you want the truth, the honest, the accurate information, not trying to sell you anything you don't need, trying to help you save your engines, subscribe, turn the bell on. You know, why would you risk missing it? Stop wasting your time on that 24/7 stuff, right? Someone sent me a video the other day. We're going to go off topic, but I'll tell you what, you'll be with me, right? You know, well, he's gone and brought a Hilux, and it's all part of the show. The whole show's an ad. They've provided a Hilux. They've given him a Hilux, whatever. They've got a program. This is who we're going to go to. This is what we're going to do. This is what's going to be wrong with it. This is what's not going to be wrong with it. This is what you need. These are the accessories. Okay, who are the other sponsors? $80,000 each for 6 months. Give us this, this, and this, and we'll tell them that they need that. It's an advertising program. Wake up. And then you've got ads in the show as well. There ain't no ads here. It's just what it is. I don't give a stuff what you do, to be quite honest. I do care. I'm giving the information. You can take it or leave it, okay? I'm telling you, subscribe. Mate, there's so many things I can do for work or to make money to pay the bills, right? I've got a lot of options, heaps of things, right? And things might change in the future. So enjoy these videos while they last. You never know what's going to happen. Get yourself educated while they're available to you, okay? They might not always be there. One day the internet might break, okay? It's serious stuff, people. Get yourself educated while you can. Tell your kids, get yourself educated while you can, mate. You got the love of Google and the benefit. Google this, Google that now. That's beautiful. Google your head off. Get yourself educated. Don't worry about the entertainment. Worry about the serious stuff before it's too late, because one day Google might not be there. The internet might not be there. You might be having a laugh. Well, I hope you can laugh. I hope I can laugh too. And in another 30 years, we can have a Corona together and have a laugh. Come and see me. Tell you what, I've got a retirement plan. I'm semi-retired already. And I'm going to be even more semi-retired in about 8 years. But I'll tell you what, in 8 years, I'll give you a year. You want a year? Okay, let's do this. 2030, right? Come and see me in 2030 for a Corona. I invite all viewers to make contact via text message when you're in the area, where you never know where I'll be. But hey, guess what? If Google and YouTube's still around and it's still working, I'll let you know. Stay subscribed on both the channels and let's have a little catch up and have a chit chat, right? Because there'll be plenty of time for that. Or maybe not, but I'll be around somewhere. Maybe, or maybe not. There's a lot of maybe nots going on here. But one thing for sure, you certainly need to change your oil. You need to think outside the square, okay? And when you do your water pump, your timing belt, it goes hand in hand, okay? Now, I'm sure this guy already knows now that's the go. He's especially going to know now because at 150K he paid probably to have the timing belt done, or did it himself, I don't know, right? He's quite capable. He's busy, like a lot of people. And, to be quite honest, once again, if you do the timing belt or the water pump, you're wasting your time, especially on a one-piece water pump. Now, if you want to be efficient, if you haven't got spare money, here you go. This is why you wait till then. If you haven't got the spare money, then do just the water pump. If it's a 2-piece pump, no problem. Okay, do your time. You haven't got money for parts. Okay, just do your timing belt at 150. Right, if you've already got the 2-piece pump. If you haven't, change it at 150. When it gets to 300, instead of going, oh, I'm not going to spend $700 plus coolant, odd whatever on a BFE kit, all right? Come and see me, come and pick it up, save some money, save delivery and that, you know what I mean? Come and see me, right? But, you know, you can save some money if you want. You can come and pick up just the water pump or just the timing belt kit if you want to do that. No problem. You can do that as long as it's a pickup. I'm not sending it that way. Like I said, there's a number of amount of work involved. It's got to be worthwhile. And I'm not going to put that much markup on the parts split up separately that it's worthwhile for me. So it's got to be the BFE kit to be worthwhile, but you can come and pick it up. You can go to wherever and buy it separately. Hey, you can use aftermarket if you want. It's not what I recommend. You can go to your local Toyota dealer if you want. No problem. You can do whatever you want, right? If you want to support me, you can do that. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you want to go to your local dealer, you can do that too. But the point is, once you've got a 2-piece pump, if your water pump leaks at 380,000 Ks and you want to do just the water pump, leave the time up to 450 and save money on parts, do that. Go ahead. No problem. But if you've got a 1-piece pump and you're doing either the water pump or the timing belt, then you do both. You upgrade that water pump to the 2-piece pump. That's what we supply in the BFE kit. Anyway, whatever. It's in other videos. Subscribe, turn the bell on. It's all there. We're just repeating ourselves. Looks just like another 1KD. Let's see how many people watch this. Let's check out the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one. See ya.